we've had some epic episodes on this podcast. It's overwhelming. It's amazing. Today, longers. Yeah?
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
All right. Now, today we got a legend in the game. Now, we've had quite a few legends in the game, but we have a legend in the game. Now, people who know me from way back in the day, they know that the reason why they call me Celebrity DJ from back in the day is simply because I got to interview people like Rihanna,
Come on.
Chris Brown,
You have.
T.I., Busta
Facts.
Rhymes,
Facts.
Kanye West, etc., etc.
Facts.
Now, this guy is partly the reason why I got to I got to meet these guys, yeah, and
That
interview
come
them. We have got the big, bad, notorious WJ Goodgroove.
Good evening.
WJ Goodgroove. WJ Goodgroove.
This is a mad one, though.
WJ Goodgroove.
You know why this is mad? Because like all the other guests we've had before, you kind of we can still relate stories.
Yes.
But this is now, I'm going to be learning stuff.
Of course.
Because you're before us. You are our like inspiration. You're my brother, of course. I got to bring up J2 at this point.
Of course. Big up J2.
So, you know what I mean? So, I don't know where to start. I kind of want you to kind of...
This guy's DJ career has spent 5 decades.
Yeah, it's mad.
All right. Not
See?
quite 5
Aged
decades,
him,
but you know.
No, he doesn't look old enough to be 5 decades.
I'm ramping, man. It ain't no 5 decades. I'm ramping, but you know what I mean.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. So, yeah, I don't know. WJ Goodgroove. Where do we start from?
Boy, so it's been a little while.
This is my
It's been a little while. Strange, really, because these guys, we grew them kind of thing. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, but
very much part of our upbringing, man.
yeah, and you know they've done well. Can't fault that in one. But it's been a hot minute. I think 35 years I've been doing
35
this.
years.
Flipping it.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Flipping it.
a long time.
That is a long time. So, let's get straight to it.
Can we say that he's looking great for you?
Oh,
what you mean?
He don't need to be told that. He don't need. Goodgroove don't need to be told that. He knows that.
I'm telling him that.
Are you saying that? All right.
I'm just looking at someone that just might be a couple years older than me.
Okay. Now that's WJ Goodgroove. Yeah, you've heard all about him. You've seen the name
Front
about
teeth,
him.
gold teeth, good groove, you know?
Yeah.
Really, my age. I have to give respect.
So all I can do is like talk from when I first heard the name. My brother, obviously, you wasn't even in the same sound at the time.
No.
So you was your own entity. You had the go-to. You was a lot slimmer.
Yeah.
A lot slimmer. You had hair. Yeah. So I remember those days, and then I would have a birthday party. I had my first party I was 15, and my brother hooked it all up for me. He done chimes.
Yeah.
So I was 15. Even on the flyer, the info number was my house phone number. Yeah. So this is history.
Them days.
Them days. Yeah. There's no mobile going on. And I remember, he booked you, and it was on the flyer.
Was that a family house?
No, it was at Chimes.
Chimes.
It was at Chimes.
The house phone number, was it just your house or the family house?
Family house.
Family house.
Come on.
We can't afford mobiles them times.
Yeah.
Mobile? What's a mobile to me? My brother had a pager.
Yeah, that's what we had.
That's what we had. So that's my first knowing and knowledge and
You know, there's
seeing
gonna be
your
people
name
out there
about.
watching. What's a pager? What?
Yeah, what's a pager? Yeah.
Pager.
Biggie Smalls talks about it. One of his things,
exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, that's my introduction. That's that's 95. So so you're way before that.
Well, yeah, it started for me, I'd say 81. Yeah, 81.
Can we get a round of applause for that? 81.
Yeah.
And still doing stuff in 2021, you know?
That's right. That's
You
right.
know?
Yeah, so it's 81. Strangely enough, the whole music game for me didn't start the way it would usually start. So I had an older sister. She's 3 years older than me.
Okay.
And I was always into the music side of things, but I never really had any direction. My sister used to listen to Lovers Rock. Yeah, it wasn't really my bag, but I was just in the midst of things like there was always music in the house.
Yeah.
Going to school, you know, those are the days when I was going to dances like Upton House School Dance, Kissel Park, Brookhouse School Dance, you know, Downstown. You know,
some of these we just got nod long and like
Exactly,
we know.
because I'm like, okay.
Clisso Park,
We know Clisso Park, you know what I mean? The all dayers,
For the people that don't know, can you explain what the school dance is?
So basically, you know, back in the day, obviously, there were a lot of dances that were going. There were clubs that were synonymous with dances, and that's, you know, before my time, still places like Four Aces, QBs, Phoebes, which is people might know a bit younger, as Trends.
Okay.
And so on. Even down to Splash. Splash used to be a pub, but on a Friday night it was a Roblox situation. Those are the things that were going on at the time. But the school dances were like, if you was a part of the school, Upton House, Brook House, there was all secondary schools, by the way.
Right.
You would then be on a committee. You have to be on a committee, and I wasn't too bad to be on a committee. So some people was on a committee. You then asked to use the school,
quite official,
and you would have a school dance. Wow. Yeah. Right. But it wasn't like what you see like bubblegum pop school dance. It'll be the likes of Saxon Studio, Java Sound, and those kind of sounds. For me, I used to watch those dances and want to be those people. In my head, obviously.
Of course.
Because obviously music was a thing. So, back in the day I was into, I suppose you could call it bashment now, dancehall, but it was reggae music. I was into reggae music in a big way. So I'd go to all the hardcore dances.
So reggae music, because obviously it's the slow music for us, the Sanchez's, but was reggae music still the Super Cat and the...
so basically that was my era. My era, obviously, when I first started around about the time was obviously the Super Cats.
Right.
Hold on. So them around times there was like Yellow Man and...
But you're going too far back for me. I know I'm old.
Okay, sorry.
So on going forward, when we was going to those dances, it was the likes of... you had Papa Sand,
right.
You know what I mean? So you know,
Admiral Bailey,
those kind of people was doing it at the time.
Okay.
So when we was going to the dances, remember, bearing in mind those tunes are playing, but then obviously they'd flip the side, and then you'd have MCs chatting on the other side of it. So it would be classed as, you looked at it now, it'd be dancehall because it's a artist doing his own thing over a rhythm.
Yeah.
So it's the version, right?
So it's the version.
Yeah.
So that was my introduction into the sound world kind of thing. You know, obviously at home my sister's playing Lovers Rock.
Was you spitting on the version?
Yeah, I kind of dabbled. I dabbled.
Wait, good you had lyrics them time there.
Yeah, I dabbled, and it's quite strange really because I had a very strange name, because back in the day then it was more about Papa this, Papa that.
Right,
so, you understand?
So you was who?
So they used to call me Papa B.
Okay.
Exclusive. First exclusive for the Statement Podcast.
Exactly. Papa B in the building.
And there's a little thing behind that, and it's really silly because like at school, I never used to like French. Yeah, so
you used to like
I never used to like the lesson French.
Okay,
so
French,
I hated it. So I was always talking and causing problems. Now in French, beaucoup means a lot.
Okay.
So the teacher was always saying to me in French, beaucoup something. So I took it away and thought, beaucoup, B, Papa B. That's how it was born.
All right.
Oh wow.
All right.
Because I chat a lot.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how it was born. You know, obviously living on a council estate, we went through certain scenarios. You'd go to.
Where you from, sir?
I'm born and bred in Hackney.
Where?
So we come from Homerton. Yeah. So there was a youth centre down there called Wally Foster's.
Yes.
Yeah. We used to go down there. It was from 7 until 11.
It's still called Wally Foster's now.
Yeah, still called that Wally Foster's now.
Yeah.
So and these dances that we talk about, they would be in schools or community centres.
Yes.
So that's why they would finish at 11, maybe 12.
Okay.
You know, going to school, I used to go to Holly Street Community Centre. That's where you had the sounds of Danny Casanova, Surge, Highborough, Java, and Jimmy Magic, and so on and so on and so on. So that was my era where I kind of came through as a reggae DJ, a reggae lover, should I say.
Yeah.
How old were you at the time, sir?
I must have been about secondary school, so 13, 14.
Okay.
Yeah. Looking at about, want to be a DJ.
Yeah.
You know, now.
Allowed out, parents not strict?
No, I was a boy child, so there was two of us. So I was the boy child, but you know, I'd go out, can't be coming in at 2:00 in the morning, but you know, I had leverage to go to a school dance or something like that. You know what I mean? So that was where I kind of like first grit my teeth on, I think I want to do this kind of thing. My cousin had a sound back in the day called Imperial Zion, and he used to play at the family parties.
Okay.
So one evening, he was playing at the family party. It was my sister's birthday, I think it was. I think she was 16. And I was sitting there watching.
As we do.
And I thought, and you know, all these women were gravitating towards my cousin, and he's playing the music, and I'm like,
Scooby-Doo,
yeah.
I want to be like you.
And it's really strange. I looked at it, and you know, sometimes you get an epiphany.
Yeah.
I looked at it, I said, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, the rest is kind of history, but I did go through the ranks of building my own sound, and I had some guys around me. Big Lloyd.
Now, can we explain what building your own sound
What's
means?
all about?
So
how do you build your own sound?
So back in the day, obviously things are completely different now. You carry your laptop and you put it in and you play. But back in the day,
some DJs talking about USB sticks.
Well, there you go. So it's way up there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So back in the day, in order for you to generate any kind of music, you had to have your own sound system that consists of a turntable, not two. Yeah.
Okay.
A preamp. Yeah.
Okay.
A couple of valve amps.
What was the names?
So, a preamp and a couple of extra amps.
Not just one
amp.
What was the name of these amps and these decks?
So basically, the first deck I ever had was a Gerard deck.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going back.
Yeah, I don't know it.
Believe me,
Never.
Gerard.
Somebody put in the comments if you know what a Gerard deck is, please.
Yeah, so back in the day, and that's what where a lot of the MCs were generated from, because you only had one turntable. So when you're stopping to flip, a man's got to talk. Innit? So we built a sound. I had one Gerard deck. I think I got that from my cousin. I think I had one section of speakers, which was one bass, one mids, and one tweeter box. That's where it all started from. I had a preamp that was built for me by a guy that used to work in high tech back in the day, and two valve amps. Now, valve amps are amps that just, if you think of a deck and valves, and they just light up when as you draw power, they light up. So many burn from one of those valves as well.
Wow.
Differently, like it was that kind of thing. So,
What about money? Because these things cost money.
Well, this is where the hustle is, isn't it? Because obviously, as a youngster, I was a hustler.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
a real hustler. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
From Hackney is a real hustler.
You still are.
Yeah.
Nothing ain't changed.
In the right ways.
A real hustler.
I'm a legal hustler. So and all of us were at school still. Yeah. So what we used to do was we would all. So there was myself, a guy called Big Lloyd, who we used to call, and a guy called Derek, who never used to do more than just be in the sound. Yeah. Now what we used to do was we'd all go out and get a job for a week. Basically, a week. So go job centre, we'd all get a job. It'd usually factory jobs.
Yeah.
Work for a week, get our week's pay, and then go and buy the sound equipment.
Wow.
And this would happen every so often.
Okay.
And the rest of it was different hustle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when we firstly got our first set of equipment, we started to just play at parties and, christenings here and there, but obviously you couldn't do nothing too big because we never had a lot of equipment. As time went on, we're coming to the end of school now. We've got 2 stacks now, so we can play somewhere else a little bit bigger. But as we kind of come to the end of school, Lloyd became a carpenter.
Yeah.
Derek went back to Africa. Yeah, and it was left with me, and I was a fully qualified electrician.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really interested in the electrical side of it. The music was in my heart, so when everyone went their separate ways.
You remember that guy? Was he your uncle? The guy playing the music with the girls gravitating to
you understand?
him? You remember him?
So I thought to myself, I want to be a DJ, but obviously, how do I tell my parents that I'm giving up my job as an electrician to go and be a DJ? You understand? So
them times that they think it's just a hobby.
Yeah, it's a thing, innit? Like, so as time went on and I got a little bit older, I'm reaching 18 now, and I'm getting a little bit of love from people. Like, now people want to have a party.
Yeah, but you got in college at this time, though.
No, I didn't go college.
Oh, you didn't
Imagine
go college?
That. I didn't go college.
Wow.
I left school. I left school with 2 A levels, a couple of O levels. You know what I mean? And I just decided that I was going to be an electrician. That's what it was for me. You know what I mean? So I worked with my uncle, and he was doing suspended ceilings, and I was doing the wire work. And then one day I just said to myself, I don't want to do this anymore. Getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, as the electrician, you got to be in first. Because the plaster comes after you, and then so I just had enough, and I said to myself, I want to be a DJ, and that's what I want to do. So I got the balls up to come and speak to my parents.
Okay.
And I said,
How did that
I was
go?
about to ask you how that conversation went. Go.
It didn't end too well, put it that way, and there was a lot of swearing in the house, followed by, you better find some money to pay to be here. Your keep, as they used to call it back in the day.
Oh damn!
You know, if that's what you want to do, make sure you pay your keep. So it was that kind of thing. So the pressure was on. Going through the ranks, playing it. I was only playing at parties and things like that. But people always want to shortchange you. Nothing's changed. Yeah. I mean, so
you're not guilty of that, though.
No. You know me. I'm the guy. So you know what I mean. So I struggled through. I played at a few things here and there. I started to get a little name for myself in my little area of Hackney and Stoke Newington and whatever, and obviously, and there was a sound that built from school called Heatwave. Okay. Yeah, Earl and Carl. Carl was Shut Up and Dance. Yeah. So they
the record label.
Yeah. So they kind of went on a different direction.
Yeah, because there was a dance record label, wasn't there?
Yeah. They were doing their thing as well. So the door was open for me to do what I wanted to do, and I remember I branched off from them two and decided to go alone. But at the time, I was calling myself Mega Mixer WJ because it was the time when scratching and all that stuff was in. But I couldn't scratch that well, you know what I mean? And I could mix, but I wasn't a scratcher.
The name attracted attention.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, I get you.
I couldn't cut up or nothing like that. I was just taking a name, and rolling with it. And I started playing the uppercuts on a Friday night in the roller skating session.
Where was Uppercuts?
In Forest Gate, in East London, And I started to get a few bits of work here and there. Nothing too heavy, but it was sustaining me for what I was doing.
Right.
And I was because I was so hungry about it. I knew that somewhere along the line I'm gonna burst through. I just don't know where. You know what I mean?
So this is 1981.
This is like 82, 83.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the scene like in those times? Because I know the scene was totally different from what it is like years later. What was the scene like?
So them times there, like there was a lot of it was 80s.
And what was the fight like to be out there in that game? As well?
I'm trying to think. In the 80s, the people that were doing it was on that scene. Was the likes of Keith Lee, Dub Bug. TC Fords.
I remember that.
Loggers were old then because we remember all them names.
And TC was remember TC's younger than me.
But also depends on how long them guys were around for as well.
So that was the guys, and then obviously on the sound system was still a big thing. So the likes of Saxon Java and those kind of sounds were still pushing boundaries. But the DJs were coming through. You know what I mean? And in the 80s there was in the 80s a big turn came because reggae was always the predominant music. Soul was the intermission. Yeah?
Right.
And then what happened was 3 soul sounds who were playing in that time, Casual Affair, Manhattan, and who was the other sound? There was another soul sound, Company.
Okay.
They were
original members.
Yeah. They were championing
the
East London.
Right.
Yeah, because Company, his brother, Dennis, Mark, had a sound called Sabrina. Who was like
a sound was called Sabrina.
Yeah, like a girl's sound, Sir, and then Brina.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
Okay.
So what obviously you can understand by this interview, I like girls.
Yeah.
So it was like anything that was gravitating
from early.
So anything that was gravitating women to a dance was seeing me.
Yeah.
So all the sounds that were gravitating women, I would go.
So was you one of the man who doing all them soul dances back in the day?
Yeah, that's another story. Yeah.
Listen, Loggins, I've seen the hairstyles, bro. Man had Jericho.
What?
Yeah.
Don't mess about.
Yeah.
Good at the Jericho.
When it was fashion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
On the girls from early, bro.
Goodgroove.
Right.
Yeah. So I think as time went on, I started to look at a lot of different styles of music, and I was into dance music. So I don't mean as in dance like house. I was into 80s classic soul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we get an example for the viewers?
So Barely Breaking Even by the Universal Robot Band.
YouTube these, please.
Okay.
Yeah. Earth, Wind and Fire. Some stuff like that. Stuff that would make you dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because in the 80s, late 80s, people were dancing and sweating like they do in house dances, but
were you skating them times there as well?
Yeah,
roller skating.
Yeah,
I remember seeing videos of skating, wiggling their skates. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're saying like house music? What was the difference then?
The difference was the classic soul was high energy, just like how house music is high energy.
Okay.
So where if you went to back in the day, there was a thing called casual dances. Yeah, people was just casual. Yeah,
Right.
And then there was people who danced. So. Paul Trouble Anderson.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Still about now?
Right. Sadly passed away.
Rest in peace. Yes.
So those dances, those high energy dances, was where I was going because I could dance.
Yeah.
Right.
So I went on Solid Soul. I did a few of those things. Yeah. Did a few of those kind of things. Yeah. But my things were changing. My musical preferences were changing. Mm-hmm. Reggae was the thing. I went into classic soul.
Yeah.
I even went into funk. That's how deep I was. It started to change a lot, because I could see that people were raving to different things. Where you go to a reggae dance, you stand in the corner, you might dance for one woman, and that was the end of the dance. And
gun finger,
right? And those dances were predominantly men. And that wasn't. So I started to gravitate towards where the women were, and were dressing very well.
Right.
So that's why I started hitting those soul dances and started to go to places like 100 Club. I started to go to places like Electric Ballroom.
Was you rating the DJs though at this point? Or is it just because of the girls?
No, because obviously if they couldn't play the music the way it was really played, I couldn't really be there. But so long as I could dance, and express myself, that's where I was. So a lot of my friends were into reggae. So when I was going to soul dances, they were in the reggae dances. Hence my change of dress sense.
Right.
So the hair, the spats.
Okay.
Sorry, what's spats? Sorry, please explain. You got to explain these stuff, Goody.
So spats. Do you remember? The only way I can
SPATS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only way I can explain to you, there's kind of shoes that Charlie Chaplin used to wear, white and black painted shoes.
Wow.
Yeah, we're in that kind of zone.
Exclusive right here again on the statement. Spats was in thing in the 80s.
Yeah. So, man, and if you was a soul head, you were wearing things like carpenter trousers. Now, carpenter trousers used to have a lot of zips and pockets in there. Yeah.
We call it cargos now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have a long fishtail shirt. You do up the collar and a diamante.
Right.
Yeah, and that was then you was a soul head.
So basically, you was kind of well dressed, but you kind of looked like Full Force in Friday.
There you go.
House Party. You know what I'm talking about?
There you go. Yeah.
I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
Yeah. Woo. So the dress back in the 80s had a lot to be desired, because you was either a soul head or a reggae head. There was no in between in the 80s, late 80s anyway. Yeah. So as time started to progress, because I had a knowledge of reggae and soul, I was a commodity. I could do both, and I could do it very well. So what I started to do,
was you talking on the mic as well?
Yeah, because I was always quite vocal on the mic.
Yeah.
So because I'd split and gone my own way, the days of having a mic man, they weren't really there unless you was a hype man. Yes. And that came a bit later on in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you had a good if you had a good reputation, or you was a decent guy, people who were playing before you might take the mic. Like if I played with TC Fools, he could chat, Keatley could chat, and I'll chat for them, and vice versa. So you had that kind of.
So basically, it's kind of the difference between the man in the reggae circuit that were toasting back in the day to when it came ragga, a lot more hardcore.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So thank you. So and if you was playing soul, it was more about hype. Like come on. It was never like anything, no lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not on that scene then anyway. You know what I mean? So as time went on, in 84, I was doing a lot of stuff. I'd been for a few sounds. I started another sound called Ultimate Choice. I started another sound called Friends Incorporated. Outside a few sounds. Okay. And then in 84, a gentleman by the name of Mikey, we call him Mikey City, started a radio station called City Radio.
Okay.
And
where was it based?
It was based in Hackney. It was based in Clapton.
Okay.
It was on top of Myers Barbers, if you remember who that was. No. Okay.
I don't know Hackney like that.
Okay, so that was like just as you passed Clapton Pond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened was, I got a good friend of mine named Squeaky, not even that Squeaky, another Squeaky. Yeah, and he was friends with Mikey, and he said, look, this guy Goody, like he's been in the music for a little while, like he can do his thing. So he approached me. The station at the time where it first started was on Downs Road in the minicab station.
Right.
And I was doing 8 till 10 in the evening. And he said to me, look, I don't want no ragga or anything like that. I heard you play soul. So I said, yeah. So he goes, well, can you do a soul show? So that's where it kind of started for me. Obviously, I started to use my craft. I knew 80s down. I knew a bit of rare groove. I knew all that kind of stuff.
So them times there, was it still one deck?
No, it was 2 days.
Okay, all right.
Moved on from then.
I just double checking, you know.
Moved on from then.
And the deck brand names were what?
Them time we was into Techniques. Techniques had kind of come in.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. There's a few Citronics. In there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Stations weren't making that much money at the time.
I was just checking if you had to stop each tune and be like, yeah, man, this is Papa B.
Enjoy every tune. That's mad.
Papa me, you know, I ain't never gonna forget that one now.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you. So I got my break on City Radio in '84.
Okay.
And that's when things started to move for me.
Right.
So '84, I was playing music. You know, I had listenership. The station, I think I was on the station the first day it broadcasted.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so
the launch.
Yeah, basically. So I was on there for about 6 months. They moved up to Clapton, and my show changed from 8 till 10 to a daytime show because now I'm doing the thing in it.
Is that weekday or weekend?
That was weekday. I was on 3 days a week.
And you're still at this point saying, I don't need no full-time job.
Yeah.
This DJ lifestyle is going to carry me through.
But at the time, remember, I was still living at my parents' house, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, but you got to pay your keep.
Right, but them time, you know, what happens is when you're not paying your keep, you have to go and sign on. You understand?
Okay.
So it was that kind of scenario. As long as I'm paying...
Can we go into the signing on process?
Yes,
is it
of course we can.
Yeah, let's go quickly there.
Yeah.
Like, it was a particular day, you got an appointment.
No, that's now.
Yeah, go on. Tell us.
So basically, how it used to work back then, you would have this card in an envelope, like a see-through sleeve.
Yeah.
And you would go to on your Pacific day, whether it be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
but there was no appointment. Whatever time you got there, you queued until you signed on.
Okay.
So you go to the desk, wherever it is, they take out your thing, you'd sign, they give you back your thing, and you go back your business.
So you will know what day to go and what time to go because you kind of realize when the busy periods are.
Yeah. Because there was never really a time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just like sign on, and you know there was always a queue or something. You know.
So was that something that you did every week or?
So you did it every fortnight.
Okay.
And then is it paid into your bank account?
No,
bank account.
No, a gyro would come through your front door.
Gyro through your front door,
like a check. Yeah. You did, yeah. Pay in your account. No, people never had an account them time there.
Wow.
Do we know what the cost? What we was getting money wise? The value?
I think I was getting something like £36
every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Wow.
That might be good though. Back in them days,
I think it was alright. I think it was alright.
Must have been.
That's not bad.
It has to be alright.
Yeah, I think it was alright.
Because people living off that, it has to have been alright.
Yeah, I think I was getting £36.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that.
So you gave your mum what out of that?
£20.
£20.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the rest of the money was
just for me.
What?
That was me. £16. I might go and buy a couple 7 inches.
I was about to say you went and buy music.
Yeah, a couple 7 inches. I knew that.
Did the parents still buy you clothes?
Yeah. Because I'm still at home. So, you know, because you're signing on, you can't really live on that. But you know, some weeks I'd say to her, "Oh, can I give you next week?" You know what I mean, and so on, and I might take her that £20 and go and buy something else. So
the hustling started from early.
Yeah.
Come on,
you know what I mean. And then them time, they obviously I had a hustle on the road, so it weren't really a problem.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But I had to hide the trainers I was buying. You know what I mean, obviously, because it wasn't justifying the money I was getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
That £16 can't go that far.
It weren't working. You know what I mean.
Mum, I've been saving my £16 for 5 weeks.
Yeah, see it there.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. So I kind of went through the whole system, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then the more I played on the radios, the more I started to get acclaim, and then I started to get some bookings. Okay, you know, and obviously back then, radio stations used to do their own events. Yeah. So you get that fee, you know what I mean, or whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. You know, I think this time I was like,
when you say you get that fee, does it mean you're paying to be on the radio?
No. So basically, there wasn't even subs sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing like that. So basically, you'd pay a radio station event, and you'd get like a fee. So it'd be like
wages.
Yeah. So it'd be like maybe a £50. Because you weren't getting anything else. The station goes to the money. So you get £50. So the regular events, I was always on them, and you know, started to build my reputation. And as time started to go on, so my reputation, obviously, I was a bit ballsy, and I had a lot, and I say what I feel, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So as time was going on, I thought I was bigger than what I was. You know, as you do. Yeah. I was playing in my area.
Did you know Annie Brightly at this time?
Yes, I did know what it was. Yeah, because remember at the time when we was doing our events, we was doing it in Dagz, which is next door to Chimes.
Right. Okay. Yeah, the events was in Dagz.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was in Dagz. We used to do events in where's the other club we used to? Around the corner from Dagz. What's it called? On Downs Road. It's gone up my head. It's gone up my head. It was a small club. It was downstairs.
Right.
It'll come back to me in a minute anyway.
One way in, one way out.
Yeah, basically speaking. Yeah, and there was a lot of clubs. Pier 1,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? La Prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oasis.
Oasis.
Yeah.
Green Lanes.
Yeah. No, Oasis, Dalston.
Dawson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, you know it's Rosina's.
Oh, Rosina. Okay.
Yeah,
Rosina Street.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So those
It's
are the clubs.
basically Splash.
No.
Wasn't
Yeah,
Splash?
Rosina Street.
No.
Splash.
It's called no. So Oasis
Yeah.
initially was called Cubies. Yeah. Then it went to Oasis. Then it went to Rosina's or Roseberry's.
Roseberry's.
Okay.
Roseberry's.
Okay.
Yeah, Roseberry's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Roseberry's. That's
Roseberry.
when it went to Roseberry's. That's when a thing was there. Mark and them lot. Mike Anthony and them lot was there.
Okay.
When I changed to Roseberry's. Yeah. So all those clubs. Remember, we had a lot of clubs in the area those times. There, Visions.
Yes.
You know.
Still from then.
Yeah. So all those clubs, the radio station were playing. You know, at the time I wanted to be on Supreme because they were playing in Shinoda's.
Okay.
And they were getting big numbers. But obviously I was on City Radio. So what I did was I did what I did. And then...
You jump ship?
Yeah. No, I couldn't get on there because as far as I could say, my caliber wasn't that big.
Right.
You know what I mean? And their man was tried and tested.
Yeah.
So me being the person I was at the time, I said, well, if I can't get on that and I can't do that, let me do my own. So I started doing my own events. You know, so first it was like, if I could think of the name of this club that's in Downs Road, I'll tell you is.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was Champs. It was called Champs. Yeah.
Okay.
Champs only used to hold about 100 to 150 people.
What were we charging on the door those days?
Oh, it was a $5. It was a $5. You know what I mean? It wasn't any more than the $5.
Them big money there.
Yeah, them big money there.
That's big money. That's big money.
No, them times they probably was.
Yeah.
So I did a few events in there. They went well.
Did you get enough people coming? No,
Because
good discount them, man.
well,
Right,
remember
yeah.
everyone was on a hustle back then.
Let me get you £4.
You know what I mean? Yeah, everyone was hustle. But you see, that was a smart move because you see, Champs had their own door people, so you didn't see anybody more.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And then there was a venue.
No tickets. Just paying the door.
No, there was no tickets at the back then time there. Pay your money, come in. Ticket who? You know what I mean? And then there was a club. Well, not a club. There was a centre called Chats Palace on Chatsworth Road, and they used to have. I think it was owned by like white people, but they had like black people in there as youth workers and so forth and whatnot. And that was a place where I used to build some of the stuff I had for the sound. So when it closed down for a little while, then it revamped and come back again, and then they had a back hall with some decent numbers in. So I had a couple of dances in there, in the manor.
Yeah.
Make myself feel comfortable. And it started to move for me. So now I'm getting numbers in dances, and I'm thinking, okay, so maybe this DJ thing can have two sides to the coin. You know what I'm saying to you? So
Was you driving at this point?
I think I'd been for a few cars at that point. So I think I had a Triumph PI. And
what?
License?
No. License.
Triumph, you know what Triumph is.
When it said PI, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
So like Magnum PI.
So there was a Triumph PI and there was a Dolomite. Yeah, and the Dolomite, right? So Dolomite was a sportier version of a Triumph. So it was a Triumph Dolomite, which is like if I tried to give you the.
Don't worry, I'm going to Google images straight after this.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So basically, in the Triumph,
Google images.
Yeah. So Triumph PI had a switch on the gear stick. It was an overdrive switch.
Okay.
So if you flip the switch, outside. Yeah.
Turbo. Yeah.
Like,
Max, like, what?
Yeah.
Man said, go gadget. go gadget turbo.
Yeah, so I had a few cars, obviously, and I think I had a Rover 3.5, but the old shape Rover.
Big.
Rover. Drink petrol for days. Yeah.
I remember people used to call that dog Rover.
Yeah. So it for me.
And you're driving, mummy knows that you got a car.
No. That's part around the corner. You can't.
Part around the corner, right? Okay,
it's not
just
that
checking.
game.
Yeah, just checking.
Around the other side of the flats.
Yeah.
So no.
I remember I done that once, and I had the car parked around the corner, and one day the bin man came, and I blocked. I can't drive properly,
yeah.
so I've itched up the car on the pavement. But the bin man on a Tuesday has to go past and collect the bins. The thing's moving my car. My mum's called me like, look what they're doing to this car. Laughing. I'm there looking at my car being moved way down the road. And sorry, that came Hornsey,
yeah. So I was going through the motions. I was doing a few events, and I was getting my name out there. And then a gentleman by the name of Tariq. Yeah, he used to have a promotional company called Private Functions. Now, he used to manage Mystery.
Okay.
Yeah?
Right.
So he had a monopoly in a few clubs in the area. And strangely enough, he used to work with my sister. So he said to me, come on to the agency, man. Goody, man. We get you some work. Yeah. And I was like, okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
And that was the very first time I saw my name on a billboard poster.
Wow.
Yeah.
What year?
87.
Okay.
Wow.
I think that was Mystery, Calvin Francis, WJ Goodgroove.
Oh, you changed your name, so you didn't.
Yeah, we get.
No, Papa B again.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah.
Because right now you was Mega Mixer.
Yeah. So let's go back to that Mega Mixer WJ. So
Mega Mixer WJ.
I was playing down in Forest Gate.
Okay.
Yeah, at the roller skating place. Yeah, and I thought I was a scratcher in the mixer, but I wasn't. Yeah, I could mix, but I couldn't scratch.
Right.
So as time went on, time moves on and things change. Scratching was not in my dynamic, but it kind of stayed in America.
Yeah. Hip hop, hip hop culture was based on scratching.
You know what I mean? So for me, I was into hip hop, but I just couldn't scratch.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
stay in your lane.
Yeah. So I thought to myself, all right, cool. So then I discovered a club in not Camden Town, there's a gentleman used to play called Derek Boland. Yeah.
Rings a bell, that name.
It was a club up in, I think it was Canning Town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Canning Town, and so they come back to
home of Twilights.
Yeah, well there you go. So can't say no more.
Where you made a lot of money.
Yeah. So and he used to say whenever he was playing, because he used to play hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And whenever he was playing, he would always used to saying, playing that good groove. That was his twang.
Yeah, it's
it was
tagline.
The club was called Bentley's. Yeah.
Okay.
Friday night roadblock situation.
That's a big name, you know. Bentley's.
Yeah.
Was it night like Chris inside?
Yeah, Chris and
Okay.
Froggy used to play there as well. I don't even remember Froggy.
No,
we're going back a bit here. So he was Froggy was a big DJ.
You can still talk it. There's gonna be viewers that do know who
only
Froggy
know about
is.
Crazy Frog.
Yeah, Froggy was a big DJ, and Derek Boland was turned into a record producer because in fact he produced quite a few different tunes. You know what I mean? And he kept saying this every Friday. I used to go there, playing the good groove, and I was like, good groove. Okay, that's the music I play.
Yeah.
So I went home one day and I thought about it and I thought, good groove. My initials were WJ.
Yeah.
I put it together. WJ Goodgroove was born.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
And you know the funny thing is, I did think to myself when I was told that we was gonna be with you today. I said to myself, it must have been a soul DJ. Because there's no way that coming from dancehall. You know what I mean? When the dancehall man have them big like shatter name, you know what I mean? You know?
Papa.
You know? You have to be a Ranks.
Yeah.
You have to be a Banton.
Banton.
You have to be a Irie.
Yeah.
Not a good groove.
Or a man. Or a man.
Exactly.
Man.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
So it was
WJ man.
Yeah. See it there? You know what I mean? So it was born.
Yeah.
Okay.
And around about that time is when I decided that I can play both genres here.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
On your set.
Yeah.
Typically during back in those days, it was an hour set, 2 hour set. You played the whole night.
Yeah. If you was alone, so the likes of myself, Mr. Banton,
Big up Mr. Banton.
you know what I mean, Lady Ranks, and those times you had to be. Banton was a regular DJ, Ranks was a regular DJ, but I could play both.
Yeah.
So I could split the two and play in between.
Yeah.
Wasn't a problem.
Use a commodity them times,
Yeah,
because there's
most
not many
definitely.
of them.
Yeah. So by this time now, City Radio had been going on for about 2-3 years.
Sorry, let me touch on something there. How many DJs were out there that could actually play both? Because to me, it sounded like you're ahead of your time. You're doing the part of the job which was the sound business by yourself.
Yeah.
How many DJs out there were
I mean, Keatley could.
Yep.
But yeah, again, Keatley was known for reggae.
Yes.
But he could play both. TC.
Big shouts out to DJ Keatley, by the way.
Yeah.
Keatley.
TC was known as a soul DJ.
Okay.
Because his name was, his strapline was TC Shakedown Thoughts. So
Right, okay.
Yeah, so he was TC grew on hip hop.
Okay.
That was his thing. Same like my era. I was a hip hop. I was into hip hop.
Yeah.
So there were some DJs, but they were called all-rounders. That was people like Hector Selector. He was an all-rounder.
Yeah.
Shouts out Hector Selector.
Yeah.
So true to that, you know, there was a few people, but I had very strong knowledge of both sets of music. So I could play and not need another DJ to play behind me.
Yes.
Or if another DJ was playing reggae and I'd come on behind them, I could play soul to a high level and get away with it. So it was I was in a good place. Obviously, what happened was City Radio was running and a station was born called Laser. Yeah, big up Louis, who used to run Oasis.
Okay, yeah, I know that name. Yeah,
so he started a station called Laser.
Okay.
Yeah. Now he approached me, but I knew it was me a problem because Mikey was a bit ghetto. So I know that if I was going to leave, it weren't going to end well.
There's a problem.
Right. Okay.
Understand? But anyway, so I left undercover at first just to see what they was doing. The meeting was in Oasis. Then when you're seeing people in this meeting, like CJ Carlos in the meeting, and some of the man that was on Choice.
Right.
CJ Carlos is an artist, right?
No, CJ Carlos was a DJ.
Okay.
Still is.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was playing at Oasis. So he was a white DJ. So there was a station back in the day called Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were predominantly white DJs.
Right.
Yeah. You're seeing people like Chris Lloyd. You're seeing people, all these people that are high end.
They sound like Radio 1 DJs, basically.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And you know, even though there was on Horizon and them stations were kind of legal back then.
Yeah.
So when you're seeing them people in this meeting, you're thinking,
Yeah,
this is me.
Yeah, levels.
You know what I mean? Jerry Baskin was in there. You know what I mean? So you see some man and you're thinking, and they're calling me.
Yeah.
Like, all right. So they had the meeting. I had to approach Mikey, but we had a bit of a fight in Dagz.
Physical fight?
Yeah, it got messy. You know what I mean? And I left.
Yeah.
I went to Laser. By this time, I'd already had my trade going. I'd playing at a few dances here and there. I'm doing my own thing. I'm about.
Yeah.
My name's starting to get about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go toot by then?
Yeah?
Go toot?
Yeah, I got a call to when I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's well early.
Yeah,
trademark from early.
Yeah, straight from the Chinese man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
how much at the gyro? How much?
No, that was I'm unemployed kind of thing. Yeah. Acting. Yeah.
Part of the hustle.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're rolling.
Yeah.
So I had kind of been into the game for about 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
And I'm doing stuff
moving.
now. I'm doing, and I'm shaking. And then Wednesday night popped up at Splash Wine Bar.
Wow.
I'd never forget that.
Wow.
You know, we was in there.
What year?
That was 80 was it 91? 88, I think it was 88, 89.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'd been on City Radio for 84, 85, maybe 91.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe about 91. We decided. I was in there. It used to be. It was called Rosina's before that, and then it went to. There was another name. It changed, and it went to Splash.
Okay. Right.
And the gentleman who was running there, a guy called Clyde, was always into reggae music, but he wasn't really great.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he
couldn't DJ.
He had money,
he was into it.
and he'd buy everything.
Yeah.
You know, Regal on a Friday afternoon, he's buying everything. So. You know,
man said Regals, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. Big up Eddie Regal.
Yeah. So
Trevor Sachs.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So we was like in the club. Fridays and Saturdays was their busy nights, and I remember talking and saying like, "What happens in the week?" Nothing. The week's quiet. But it wasn't them time because back in the day, Wednesdays was Corks, Hanover Grand.
Okay.
Yeah. So
in them times.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So. But there was nothing happening apart from like if you're gonna go to a Shabeen or Wednesday nights was Pier 1, like you know what I mean. But you weren't getting anything else more than that, and there was nowhere that dancehall was playing like that.
Yeah,
or bash ragga. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I said, why don't we just do a reggae night? You know what I mean? That's how it come about. Reggae night on a Wednesday. That's not gonna work. So I said, oh look, you know what? Let's just charge £1 to get in.
Go for it.
And see how we go. So it's myself, Mr. Banton, Crucial C, which was Clyde who's on the club.
C, yeah.
And Lady Ranks.
Okay.
And so we put this Wednesday night on. First week was half full. Second week was jam. Yeah. Third week, jam. Now and I mean jam, like
domino effect.
Can't lock no one in.
Mm-hmm.
So now obviously my business heads come on £1. Nah man, let's push up to £3. Can't be coming up money for this thing.
Yeah.
You understand? And then what started happening was, it was 100% bashment all night. No soul, no nothing.
No, all night.
All night, not even no vocal.
So that what?
No vocal. It was just bashment.
What?
All night.
What time? What time?
Started at 8 o'clock. Finished at 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking like a good 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours. Yeah. And it's from it started, it's hard until it ended. It was hard. There was nothing in between. Yeah. But
come on, big tune. What's the tunes back then? We need some rhythms. Give me a rhythm.
Burt Lancaster, Caroline.
Burt Lancaster. Remember?
Was Pay Down Pon It
Enough for
Wine.
Wine.
Yes.
Them time their Cutty ranks was tearing up.
Yep.
Tampa Lion,
Yep.
Cobra.
Yep.
Tampa Lion.
Yeah. That was that era. Even around about that time, that's when that Shaggy tune dropped, Carolina as well.
Okay.
So it was this hardcore, super cat. William, what's the other guy's name? The singer, Press Up.
Poison
Poison
Chang.
Chang.
Yeah. So that was the era.
Yeah.
Angel, we were in the agony.
Yeah.
All those tunes were just hardcore bashment all the way through. So 6 months in, we're charging £4 to get in. And every artist who's landing from Jamaica is passing Splash.
I'd love to have been there.
You know what I mean? Every artist was
Take
passing
us
there.
back. Take us back.
So it was on. Everybody passed through. So it was like, this is a thing.
Them times, goodies bossy,
What? Remember, Wednesday night, I'm leaving the dance with 4 bills in my pocket.
Watch his face. I've seen his face so many times.
Of course.
You hyped him up. I knew the goodie stance is gonna come. You warm up now, innit?
4 bills in my pocket on a Wednesday night.
Mummy, hold that, mummy.
Yeah. The mummy's getting a wanna. Argument done.
Done.
Take that.
Nice.
We're good.
Yeah.
Nice.
You understand? So, and this was going on for we had Wednesday night jam for 3 years.
I'm surprised you didn't say to her, you can have my £16 too.
See it there?
Keep the change.
You know what I mean? So, and then obviously times are changing now, so we have to filter in a few vocals, but they're very few and far between.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Then we had a vocal competition.
What's the vocals?
So that was like Sanchez and Spanner Banner.
What Sanchez? Give me a tune.
It's the same. I Can't Wait. Spanner Banner. Life Goes On. Some of the vocals. Beres.
But them times that you had they still had the tunes, the ragga tunes, that had the vocals.
Right, exactly. So there's a combination.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Singing Sweet. When was that?
Yeah, that was 90, innit?
That was them times.
Yeah, 90.
Singing Sweet was them
Yeah.
times.
So all those, but that was still classed as bashment.
Yeah, of course.
Because you weren't getting anything on it. But like some of the vocals used to pass through every. So that's when we used to come in the night, because the night got so hype at one stage, we had to have a part of the night where we just eased it down a bit, just vocals.
Yeah,
chill
makes
down.
Sense.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
So people were drinking hard. That's when people was buying cases of Dragon Stout and that kind of stuff.
What else?
And standing there with their friends and Heineken, and there weren't no really brandy buying like that.
Yeah.
Was it? Can I?
Baby Sham.
Baby Sham.
You know what I mean? And the one that used to make me laugh was that Thunderbird.
Thunderbirds. Yeah.
Thunderbird.
What's the snow one called again? Snowballs.
Snowball.
Yeah.
Martini.
And Cherry B.
Cherry B.
Martini.
No, not then. No.
Okay.
So it was getting really, and what was happening was, because that was so jam.
Yeah.
I was getting bookings for that all the time. All the time, something was coming through. If I wasn't playing here, I played with a lot of DJs that I would never got a chance to play with.
Yeah,
because
it wasn't for the Wednesday night. Yeah.
You know
What's the name of the dance?
It was called Wednesday night. What's it called? Wednesday. You know what?
Can't remember.
I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Strangely enough.
And that bussy,
Yeah.
Come
that
on,
bust me. I can't remember I have to look at one of the old flyers.
Nah, it's all good,
You know
though.
what I mean? But I remember the first flyer that was made. It was
Now talk about the quality of the flyer first.
the
mate.
flyer wasn't. It wasn't.
I knew he was going to say that,
Yeah,
I knew he was going to say that.
Come on, I have to go into details.
So the flyer, like some of them was just written out.
On that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, that was
Was it computer or was it
stencil.
handmade?
You get a stencil.
Handmade.
You get a stencil and you colour in the
Are you
stencil.
not listening to this? Are you not hearing what we're talking about?
Yeah.
The flyer was made via a stencil.
Yeah.
That's that one. Stencil.
Some people might be thinking, what is a stencil?
Explain what a stencil is.
So back in the day at school, I don't know if you remember, sometimes, like you had a ruler, well, you would have like a square stencil that have A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yep.
So you'd put your pen in it
Yep.
Yeah, so to make the letter straight. Yeah. Yeah. So those were the first flyers. But yeah.
History lesson.
I'm telling you,
Wow.
on an A4 sheet of paper,
Yeah.
what you think, and you just scroll to and photocopy that. Yeah, that's how you was running back then.
Right.
You know
So
what
the
I mean?
flyer was that big, A4.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then obviously as time went on, you started to get more sensibility. So
Yeah,
it's,
cut them
you go
down
down to
then.
A6 now.
Yeah.
But remember, there was a shop in Dalston called Clearprint.
Okay.
Right, there was the printers for everyone who was doing dances.
Okay.
You understand? But that's when you was earning a bit of money.
Yeah.
Because you go there, you get a proper flyer.
Yeah.
You might get 2 champagne bottles on there and a something. That's it. You ain't getting no design what you're getting now. You know what I mean? But then what happened was I discovered a guy called.
That's a 2 champagne bottle,
Yeah, that's it. Done.
And you're winning.
Yeah, and you're winning.
2 champagne bottle.
Yeah.
Compared to a stencil.
Yeah. But then you know what I mean? Yeah, but I met a guy called Craig, who had an office. He wasn't so much of a flyer designer. What he was he used to do like magazines, and he was a proper high end like designer.
Yeah.
But I knew him from a friend, so he started doing some of my flyers. That's when the game changed for me. You understand? Because he did a flyer. So there's remember the film Jungle Fever?
Yeah.
When the woman comes up to the man and says, beg him some money and say, I'll suck your dick.
Yes.
Yeah. So the woman who did that, we took the woman off of the thing and put it on the flyer.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Game changer.
Game change. So we started moving some different, and I was like, okay. So that's when we started to change our flyers. You know, you're now moving up in the game because my foresight was much faster than everybody else's.
Yeah.
Well, at least as far as I was concerned, it was. I started doing different stuff. So I played at in Hammersmith at the Apollo.
Yes.
And I had a bogle dancing competition in Apollo.
Wicked.
I jammed Apollo.
Wicked.
I was like,
Apollo was big them
I got
times.
some.
Yeah.
You know, you start thinking to yourself, I got some power.
Because you're not even talking about Hammersmith Palais, you're
Right.
talking about Apollo.
Apollo.
Jammed
That's
the
massive.
place.
Massive.
And it was a bogle dance competition, and it went national. And remember, I had on that dance, I had Daddy Ernie, Nasty Love,
Wow.
Big sound.
I haven't heard of him for years.
Commander B,
yes.
Commander B, and Trevor Sachs.
Wicked.
And then obviously the Splash Crew, which is myself, Banton, Ranks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys were known as Splash Crew.
Well, no, we just we didn't even use it. So I can't remember. I think we just put on it from Splash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wednesday nights, and I'm telling you, when I saw the numbers in there, I was like,
Ching ching.
okay, this is maybe something I need to look at properly. You know what I mean? Like properly, not like just dabble. Because even though I was making good money in Splash held about 300-400 people, about 450 people.
Yeah, I remember.
You know what I mean? About that. Which is still good money. But when you're putting numbers into a place like that, you know, it kind of opened my eyes to something.
Do you remember the hire fee?
At them time there, 1,500.
For Apollo back then?
Back then.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Them
You know
little money there for that big venue.
Right. You know what I mean? So, and then, you know, so we did that. And I thought,
People do shows at that venue. So to have
Yeah,
that place for
that's what I'm saying.
1,500.
that's what it was. Remember,
Yeah, but
we
back then, innit?
came back in it.
Back
Came back.
Yeah, but still. You know what I mean? That's place is big.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So, them times there, the clubs that were doing it were Visions, The Prison, Oasis, and then Shinolas. But I couldn't get those clubs because they had regular people in them.
Yeah.
So there was a club.
Regular promoters, you mean?
Yeah.
Shinolas was Bel Air.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I did was there was a club a little bit up the road from Shinolas called Coconut Grove.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember the name of the club. I don't
Oh,
know
come on.
why,
We was there
man.
all the time.
Yeah, but you know when I just can't remember the
We was there all the
picture
time.
it.
Yeah. Warden Road.
So yeah. So I did a dance in there, and I had the likes of Desi G and Barry White, Studio Express, Fifth Avenue, Hyper ESQ.
So they came about when. So they were already going
They were
on,
already going long before me.
but you now have linked them because
Yeah.
remember you're not. You haven't linked them yet.
Right,
You haven't-
because I remember I'm still in the soul scene now. So when
Yeah.
I'm playing in the clubs,
Yeah.
they're playing in the clubs too.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've got
Just on a different scene.
yeah. So I've got a relationship with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So because I've got a relationship with them now, I can call them. You know, they were hitting me for hard money,
Yeah.
but it didn't matter because the market was there in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we did Coconut Grove, jammed that. Yeah. Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm looking at myself and saying, I'm a commodity. But remember, bearing in mind, when I was jamming those dances, I wasn't Special Touch yet.
Yeah, I realised that because you haven't got to that. Because you said the key part was when you said you TC Fords and Lady whatever her name is from
Lady Ranks.
Ranks from Splash.
Yeah.
So that's when I realised.
So we hadn't joined up. We hadn't joined up as yet. I was just my own commodity, and because I was making so much money from it, I didn't think I needed anybody else.
Of course.
Then obviously, the hustle was real. And I was into some badness on the road.
Okay.
You understand? So I ended up disappearing and going Majesty's Pleasure for a few years.
Can we talk about
Did you have a good conversation with Her Majesty?
Oh yeah, very good conversation.
Can we go into that?
Oh, of course. Yeah. So the hustle was real. I was juggling weed, innit? So you know, and that's what it was for me. It was an easy hustle.
How long did you get? Or how long did you do?
The first well, there was a few episodes at Majesty's Pleasure.
Oh, okay.
So the first one was 12 months. Yeah, then I had a few other instances, 6 months. Then I got 2 years. And I think on the 2-year one was when I said to myself, nah, this isn't.
Never again.
So the 2-year one's the last one?
Yeah, it's the last one.
When I bought your BM off you?
Yeah.
Okay, right, cool. We'll talk about that.
Well, you know what? The funny thing about it is, look at it from this point of view where you can see now that this thing is going legal. So you'll soon be able to go to them and say, yo, I'm the one that took off my record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wipe that clean. Yeah?
That's what I'm saying.
Man, a good man.
So what year was the first time you went to went inside?
1996. No, 94.
94.
94 was the first I went to jail.
Okay.
Yeah, first. I remember it well because I did a trip to Margate.
Right.
And a little after that, I went jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I went jail for a while, come out. And what happened was, where you this way, because the scene was moving so fast, where you disappear for 4 or 5 months and you come back out, you're behind.
Right.
Musically.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
Remember, we was playing vinyl them time. There weren't no CD,
vinyl. And you can't get them again.
Right.
Yeah.
So I disappeared. I come back out on the road.
Yeah.
So now I'm behind. I'm not in the forefront. Even though I'm still a player, I'm not in the forefront. So I tried to build my stuff back again, which I did. Took a little while.
Yeah.
And then I disappeared again about 2 years later.
Straight after, okay.
About 2 years later, and that was like 95. It was like 90. Just come to 96. Yeah. So I when I came back out at that time, I was lost.
Okay.
Lost. Like I didn't ever
2 years out the game, the music that you're trying to find is difficult.
I didn't ever want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
The game had changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I thought to myself,
who was around you at this time?
Still the same people. Still the radio station was still around me. But what had happened was the definitive moment that happened was that I'd come back because I had all the old school dance and everything. I could still play out.
Yeah.
But to a limited time.
Yeah.
So I'd have to be either late in the dance or the beginning of the dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they put me in the middle.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was happening.
So
I kind of, so what I did was, right about that time, I was playing at a place down in Shoreditch. Sometimes I know I'm getting old because all these names got up my head. Yeah, on a Friday night, I was playing upstairs.
Night moves?
No, it's before Night Moves on the left-hand side under the bridge. If you walk past it now, it's a white people club.
Okay.
You understand?
Catch 22 right now.
Nah, you've gone too far. Is it Catch 22?
With the different colour lights, I can see it right now.
So if you go into Shoreditch,
from Hackney Rise,
if you pass the bridge on the left-hand side.
So you pass the fire thing.
Fire
thing.
Yeah.
You might be right. It might be Catch 22.
Go a bit further on.
And it's on your right. It's
on
your
left.
left.
It's on the left-hand side. Yeah.
Yes, one of them.
It looks like a shop front.
It's got spiral stairs in there.
I'm not too sure about
Right,
spirals.
so that's
I ain't been in there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't remember the club was called. I was playing on a Friday night, and I was like getting through. You know what I mean? I was getting through, but I was on a struggle. But I was still buying my music. At the time, I was playing upstairs. Downstairs was the warm-up. Upstairs was where it was all happening. That was myself, the company, and I can't remember who else was there. There was rotation. So sometimes it was Touch of Class, sometimes it was another sound. But I was up there playing the reggae. So, and downstairs was Special Touch. That was at the time was Nigel B, Jazzy D, and Mr. C. Yeah, so they was downstairs. But little did I know they'd had some kind of bust up and had split.
Right.
Yes.
So Nigel, being the businessman he is, came and spoke to me.
So Nigel took the name.
Yeah, so Nigel had the name because it was his.
Okay. Yeah.
So he came to me and said to me, "Boy, goody, look."
Shouts out Nigel B.
Innit? And then he says to me, "Look, like, you know, you play reggae, I play soul.
Yeah. Let's do the thing.
Well, I go on."
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
At the time, J2, your brother, was rolling with Nigel.
Right.
So they was doing stuff in Chimes.
What year is this now?
This is like 96.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Yeah.
So he was rolling with J2.
Yeah.
I was playing myself. I had Polito Don, the lyrical wizard, chatting for me when I was playing because I was
right.
yeah. I'm saying,
Okay. So Plead Don's from you.
yeah, for me,
Yes.
for
Right,
me, yeah.
okay.
So at the time when Nigel approached me, I said, "Well, if we do it,
Yeah.
Pleat has to come as the mic man."
Yeah.
But Nigel goes, "But you're a mic man." I said, "No, Pleat has to come as the mic man."
Yeah.
Them time J2 was the manager.
Okay.
And Nigel was the soul selector.
Yeah.
So I
Right, yeah,
said,
that's
so
right. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I said, look, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this properly. So we have to define this. You always special touch. So I don't want to go in as being special touch. It's not the same, and it's not the same people. So we're gonna call it Special Touch 96.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I kind of remember. I kind of remember it on the flyer.
I can see the flyer.
Yeah. So when we joined up now, because I was hungry for the money, 'cause I'd been away, and Nigel was just a man who's happy to play music.
Yeah.
He was always working.
Yeah, he was a
working
BT,
man.
BT.
BT.
Yeah.
He
Big
works for
BT.
BT now.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
BT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so when we decided to do this, I said, look, you know, I know there's going to be a fight down because Nigel was coming from another thing. I just come out on road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know that I had the hunger, and people weren't giving us the work because I was getting the work by myself, but they didn't want a special touch.
Okay.
And I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, this business already.
Yeah.
So what I did was I said to him, look, fuck everybody else. I'm going to do 10 dances back to back, but they're going to be house dances in a house.
Yes.
Easiest thing to do. Yeah, and we're going to make our name from that. So Nigel was like, what?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I said, right, so we did the first one, was in Argyle Avenue, did another one. Now people gravitate into you know, the dances now.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing, I'm playing smart. So I'm booking Nasty Boys, Studio Express.
Yeah.
They were at the top of their game.
Yeah.
We was just as good.
Yeah.
And then I got a house.
You knew how to build that domino effect.
Yeah, because I knew I'd already done it already before. I just needed to do it again on a different level. So we then discovered a house in Palmer's Green, on Bowes Road.
Oh
Yep.
my God,
Yep.
the legendary house.
The house that Jack built.
On Bowes Road.
The house that Jack built.
The house that Jack built.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we said, I said, you know, I met up with Murphy, R.I.P. Murphy.
R.I.P.
Yeah, and we decided to do a house dance in there, and that dance, I wouldn't say it bust special touch, but
you put your name on the map.
Now, please understand, when he said house dance, he means house party.
House party.
House party.
So
I still can't get my generation into the house parties, and
it's a difficult thing.
Yeah.
to kind of get that mindset that we're gonna rave in a house and just have the greatest time ever.
Yeah.
they're just not with that.
Yeah, and it's changed a lot now because people come out a lot later. It's not for me. I don't really do them anymore.
Was it the same security? Because a lot of viewers may remember your security.
It was Martin. Big Martin was my security.
Martin.
From day dot to the end.
Shouts out Martin.
Yeah,
Big shout.
big up Martin. You know what I mean? Every time, yeah. And Martin was the door person as well as the security. So he kept my money, and I trusted him 100%. Yeah. But I must send a big shout out to Chucks. Chucks used to do my door as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Chuck,
Okay.
yeah, but you know, he moved on and so forth and whatnot. But Bowes Road is what bust us.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So give us a typical example of like, did you do a Friday and a Saturday back to back, or is it just
This is just a Saturday.
Yeah, and how? What you had the house? Because I remember that house. You had the house for like a long period. No one lived there.
The reason being,
someone lived there.
No, someone lived there. What it was it was a house. It was a refuge for alcoholics.
Right.
Yeah, so they all had their own room.
Right.
So what Murphy used to do was, I'd throw Murphy a money for the yard.
Pay everybody.
He'd give them a little change to go and buy their drinks.
Yes.
He'd move them all out of their rooms and put them in one room at the top of the house.
Simple.
They'd sit in there and drink.
This is business. So you're not listening.
Wow.
This is real business.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we would go and do the house party. and the drunk man would step up there and do, every something they'd wander
pass
down.
out.
Yeah, and then we do.
They'll have attendance.
Yeah, or special brew.
A special.
You understand? So that made me. I think people started looking at me a lot differently after Bose Road. People said, "Nah, man, this man knows what he's doing." You know what I mean? So I said, but obviously the money's not big enough for me now because I'm thinking I've done Apollo.
Yeah.
I must can do something bigger than this.
Yeah.
So it's so strange that one New Year's Eve we was playing out for Big Up Courtney Too Sweet.
Always big bro.
Yeah, a New Year's Eve party in Old Street. It was in a studio. So we're downstairs in the studio now. Obviously, we now jumping forward, we're playing everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not like it was like we're playing it every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, your name's calling.
Yeah. So now our name's been calling hard. So we're at this club, we're at this venue now, and these people are partying, and then Dodd, Studio Express.
Shouts out Shelsky, Woski.
He got them doing this dance where they started stamping the floor.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was sitting on a chair, just
What club was this?
It was a venue. It was
The place in
the New Year's Eve. Sorry.
Yeah.
Old Street.
So I was sitting on the chair watching it, just watching what was going on. And I thought, I can make some money from that. But no one ever saw my vision. I just kept it to myself. I went home. I woke up in the morning. I said, I'm going to do a dance called Stamp. And my people thought I was mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So on the Monday, I went to the office.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Bovey Road.
Pick up J2, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which one? Not the Bovey Road.
The
It was
Bovey
before
Road.
that.
The Bovey Road.
You sure? Not before that?
What was it before that? Oh,
Edmund. Back in the chicken
Oh
shop.
no! You know it was because he gone too far back. So it was first edition.
Yes.
First, of course, it's got to be.
It's first edition.
Yeah,
it's first edition.
Shouts out Horner and Albert all day.
Yes.
So I went to first edition. I remember Jay was there. I said to him, Jay, I got an idea for a dance, and he's like, "Well, I'll call it Stamp." He just looked at me like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, man, Stamp. I got this thing in my mind. I know it can work. You understand?" And that's what, and I said to him, "Look, I've got an idea. I know I'm gonna book. You know what I mean? Let's do this." So Jay's like looking at me, you know what I mean? But I went up, so I scripted it, he done a flyer, and the first stamp was at Argyle Avenue and Leabridge Road.
Okay.
It was in a hall. I put it on. No idea what it was in my mind, why, but I just thought it was going to work.
Yeah.
I put it on, we half jammed the place.
Right.
Okay, cool. No problem. You know what I mean? Second dance was in Leighton at a dance studio. Leighton.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Jam.
Weren't Tony Well-Known involved at this point?
No, not yet.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So that was the second one. Yeah. Jam. So much so, I tell you how deep it was. They blew the fuse in the plug. Yeah, because they was drinking so much. Spilt drink in the plug. Not even on the four-way.
In the socket.
In the plug.
In the socket.
So I had to reroute the power. So I had to run a lead across the dance floor to another plug. Yeah, that's how I know the dance was nice.
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 Yeah.
And no one ever left.
We must continue.
Yeah.
We must go on.
Show
You know
must
what I
go
mean? So that was number 2. So now, Tony Well-Known, obviously, Courtney Too Sweet was a big rave at them time. It wasn't my dances.
Yeah.
So Tony goes to me, "Look, I can get a venue for you, and you might be able to get the bar too." I said, "What's that?" So it was over Docklands.
Yes.
It was I hate when I forget names, but I hate when I forget the name of the place now.
I'm not going to say Regatta.
No, yeah, it was Regatta.
Regatta.
See, thank you very much.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
Yeah, so it was Regatta Centre. Now, he had a link with a guy called Paul who used to do with drinks. Paul knew the man who used to own Regatta.
Right.
So we ended up getting a bar of our own. No one ever got that. A bar of our own, and they had a bar. Yeah? And I put the stamp in there. That was stamp part 3.
Yes.
That's when it went off.
That's when I knew
Yes.
this is the brand for me.
This is life.
Yeah. This was so jam. And you can hear on the CD tape me saying, "Please close the windows." because they had open drawer windows you could go out into the veranda.
Yeah.
And they were opening them and it wasn't allowed to.
Have you still got the tape?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll upload that.
Yeah,
We'll upload
get
that.
that. Get that. So we jam. 4th one, jam. Same club. Yeah.
So hold on. Them times when Dodd originally done the
Yeah.
was it always for Baby Sham, man?
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I think he'd seen it at a yard dance.
Okay.
Right.
So, but no one, remember, Dodd, I always give him props for it. Dodd was the person.
He's the inspiration behind the whole thing.
But he never thought about it.
He never capitalized.
He just did it and forgot about it.
He just became resident.
Yeah. So then, by this time now,
resident DJ.
I'm making too much money for Stamp.
Yeah.
Like, I'm making horrible money. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I can't leave Tony Well Known in it and I can't leave Cool in it because this is my brand.
Yeah.
And I only brought them in because they had the venue.
Yeah.
So Stamp number 5 was at the Lighthouse.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're getting to a different level now.
Big super Stamp.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm and I got that through Dodd. So we went in there and I put 2,800 people in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our birthday, myself, J2, our birthday.
Nuts.
Well, we on one of those. We was on a few of those.
We was on a few of those.
We turned on a few of those.
We turned up late.
Did we?
We turned up late.
Oh, I didn't remember.
Turn up late.
Very late.
I didn't remember.
Belly rumbling. Anxiety. Nervous. Yeah, it wasn't nice.
Okay, all right.
They brought us in, and we just didn't deliver. And I can say that. I remember it clearly. Where was that? Lighthouse?
Yeah, it was Lighthouse.
Yeah,
Lighthouse. And that's when I said to myself, this is now going to be the brand I'm dealing with. Obviously, we had other things going on, but Stamp, for me, was the brand that was going to bring me the money that I wanted.
Yeah.
So, but what started to happen was, at that time, a lot of places started to close. Yeah, big venues started to close.
Yeah.
And I started to run out of venues to use for Stamp because obviously it was 1,000+ dance minimum. So we know we can put in 2,800 people somewhere. Where are we going to go? You know what I mean? Where are we going to go? So what we did was, I found a nice little club in Canning Town called Twilight's.
Lovely little club.
A nice little club, yes.
Lovely little club. You get 1,000 people in there. You weren't supposed to get 1,000 people
exactly.
in there.
And you're going to go on and it's going to be daylight when you leave.
1,000 people on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it had 2 floors.
Yeah.
Smelling of brandy on the way in, the way out.
Yeah. I earned a lot of money in that club.
I can imagine.
I'm not even going to lie.
Because you got people that was coming from other dances when they finished getting there at what time in the morning.
I bought my Alfa Romeo from that club.
There you go. And we're turning, remember, restaurants turn tables, we was turning people.
Yes.
Yeah. So as people were leaving, more people were coming.
Yeah. It's lovely.
You know what I mean? So for me, I think Stamp was what made me, I don't know, not the person I am today, but Stamp made me see things on a different level in this industry. Because I knew that people knew me for Stamp. Yeah, I had a few other brands. We was at Hackney Central.
Yes.
I mean, we did Way Past Cool.
Yes.
Did a lot of different brands, but Stamp was the
Visions every Friday. You forgot about that.
Oh, special Fridays.
Special Fridays.
Yep.
We was also Special Fridays at Players Club.
Yep.
Yeah. So we did a lot of stuff. And remember, what happened was, because now it's just not me. It's me, Nigel, J2, and Polito.
Yeah.
Now you think about this. In one set of people, promoter, designer, mixer, mic man.
Yeah.
You don't need nothing else. Yeah. It's all in-house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was all in-house. We was remember them time there, people never even had email. Yeah. We had
people had emailed them times. People had emailed them times.
We had a website, it was like special __ dash hyphen When Jason showed it to me, I said, "What's that?"
Yeah. Don't know what that is. Yeah.
What was that?
Come like Morse code business.
Mate, remember, there weren't no WhatsApp.
Yeah. No, hell no WhatsApp.
Right. There was none of that stuff. It was all road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I was going to these dances,
remember these times there when we're designing flyers.
Yeah.
I could even be meeting you.
Yeah.
My brother's gonna print it out. And we're gonna print it out on a photocopy. I'm gonna drive to go and link you.
Yeah.
You're gonna scrub out what you don't want. Like take this girl out.
Yeah.
Spelling mistake there and spell it right.
Yeah.
And I'll drive back with your amendments.
Wow.
To the computer, and Jay will read. That's the story.
Yeah. That's how we used to run.
There's no email.
No email then. What part of email? Who?
It's a printer, and I'm gonna link the person, and we're gonna do it. Unless you're with me in front of the computer.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is how we're doing amendments.
Yeah. People used to come into the office to see their flyer.
Yes.
You couldn't select them.
Yes.
No, that was how we was rolling.
Yes.
I mean, and because I had that grind in me, because I was going through that way.
So hold on, do you remember your first colour? Not one colour or two colour.
To the smile.
Your first full colour flyer. Do you remember picking it up and do you remember seeing what that looks like?
Well, that was because remember Jay was doing full colour flyers A6 them time. I wasn't. A5 was the big man flyer. You know what I'm saying? Even when we was doing stamp, we was doing A5. Yeah, we weren't doing A4.
Yeah.
A4 was not.
I remember people did A4 folded, so it was like a different argument. But we was like, you know what I mean? So I remember Jay wasn't working for himself then, he was working for First Edition. You know what I mean? So things were different. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there was we used to do a lot of different things. Like I'd get it printed in a different way or one-sided just because it was.
And the thing is, for First Edition, were doing their own printing as
well.
Right,
downstairs.
Design and print.
Yeah. So it was all in-house.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but you know, that's why I have to pay homage to J2 and a lot of other designers who were there when we was doing this thing. You know what I mean? Because I don't think people seem to realise what we did. And how we went
behind the scenes. That's why we talk about it. That's why we document this.
Flyers were a big part of our life. You know what I mean?
The hours you'd spend like
designing, sitting down,
even writing up the script, booking the DJs to send that final information to the designer. Then waiting for the designer to do it. You know the tears and the pain.
You know that
waiting for that flyer to be done. So when the ravers got it, they got it, the final product. They're just thinking it's easy. They don't know what went behind the whole process.
And then
getting to that point.
And then remember, because it was First Edition, you pick up the flyers from there. Drive. Remember them. Sometimes it wasn't even driving. You know what I mean? So you go pick up the flyers, take it home, distribute. Remember, then you go into all the clubs and stand outside the clubs. Many a time I see Darren or whoever.
You're forgetting to distribute them to all the record shops too.
Okay, well there you go.
And
the food shops and all them things there.
Tickets. We've forgotten about the tickets.
It's
ticket shops.
It's all to the record shops.
All to the record shops. That's a couple days doing all of that.
That in itself.
And then after the rave, you're going back to collect the money.
I remember, you know,
the bagel shops too.
Yeah, the notorious body music who will say, "I'll come back tomorrow, man." Come back tomorrow. You don't spend off the money and you got to put it back.
Bro,
listen.
Oh my God.
Listen, I remember, you have to understand.
Come back loggers, come back tomorrow, you know.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows body music. Come back tomorrow. Tomorrow will sort you out.
It's a better day.
We're not going to get all the money yet.
No,
he's got the money, he's recycled.
I know.
You know, you're saying it's in the safe at home. That was his line. You know what I mean? So... Big up Fitz.
Fitz.
Big up Fitz.
Fitz,
you know what I mean? So I remember you going to South London to drop it over in Red Records. You're going around the corner to what do you got? Blacker Dread.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was
but that feeling was good then when they used to call you.
Yeah.
They used to call you and say, we've run out.
Yes.
Can you bring some more? Or we've got the last 3. The phones are ringing. Oh, that feeling was
great.
It was great,
So you've already got your pre-sales in the shop already. You're sitting there.
Nice. Buzz is flipping crazy.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was a good time. You know, that was like early 2000. Remember, Stamp was born 2000. You know what I mean? So it was.
Let's skip. Let's go straight to Stamp going international.
Let's
talk about that because remember we could go on and on.
Yeah.
So let's get it from Stamp 2000. It was born. It's gone to all the clubs, the big clubs as well.
Yeah.
And then now
we've
gone international.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that mindset, how that happened. How did the opportunity present itself?
It's quite strange, really. I mean, just like back in the day, we was running out of clubs to put this event in. I mean, it had been in every club that could hold at least minimum 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And I think
every club and every warehouse.
Yeah, every warehouse, everything, anywhere you could get, I put it in there. And then I think what had happened was in 2018, I'm going to get this wrong, 2018, I had Stamp a venue over in South London, in Lewisham. And it was ridiculous. I think you said that.
Come on.
I can't remember the name of the club, but the one that Sheldon.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah.
Yeah. And the club could hold about maybe.
Which area?
Lewisham. Yeah.
I still remember. I'm not talking. It's come out.
This is what happens. We know the club so well, but when you're on the spot, your brain.
And it was opposite Lewisham Theatre.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know exactly where it is.
I think the club hold about. It's supposed to hold about 700.
It's a good party though.
But I had 1,000 people in there.
Oh yeah.
They split up into 2 rooms now.
Yeah, but even still, that it was ridiculously jammed. And if it wasn't up in the VIP lounge, you were squashed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I remember
it was very, very sweaty.
Yeah, and I looked at it and I thought, I can't do this anymore. Like there's no club for me.
Yeah.
But even still, we struggled on. The following year that was 2017.
Right.
2018, I was struggling for a venue.
Yeah.
And I ended up putting it in Tottenham Green Leisure Centre.
Oh, yes. Oh, God.
And I think that was when I realised that you're going to mash up your brand.
Yes.
This is not the kind of place for you to put your dance in. Well, I had numbers. I had 1,400 people in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the fact remains is, it's just not. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So when we left there,
there was a lot of complaints at night.
oh yeah, I ran out of drink. I never ran out of drink.
Yeah.
So it was people saying, "Oh, good, is this where you're gonna be doing your dance?"
Yeah,
So it was in the ghetto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I said to myself,
No disrespect to Tottenham though.
no, because I was doing the place on West Green Road.
Well, I call it BB's.
Platinum
Suite, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
So I did a couple of stamps in there as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I didn't mind that when I was called back to that dance called Back to Grassroots.
Yeah.
So so we born and growing on the thing, yeah. But I just said to myself, nah, this is a brand that's been running for nearly 19 years now. Are you gonna mess up your brand? You need to do
Just
something
to put
different.
it somewhere. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I remember I went to the cookout in Finsbury Park, and I saw a good friend of mine, Mazza. And we was talking, and I was saying to her, "Yeah, man, because I'm looking to do something with Stamp, man." And she goes to me, "Well, why don't you take it abroad?" I said, "Yeah, but where? I've got no links abroad." And it was very daunting to be taking a brand abroad. He goes, "Why don't you bring it to Abu Dhabi?" I said, "Well, I don't know about Abu Dhabi." She goes, "I work in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, wow.
I'm a teacher." I said to her, "Okay." So we had that one discussion. I went home and thought about it.
Was you drinking that night?
I was in the cookout in Finsbury Park.
Yeah, was you drinking?
So I was drinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went home, I woke up in the morning, that's how I kind of operate sometimes, and I phoned her. I said to her, "Are you serious about this Abu Dhabi thing?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all I know. She goes to me, "Well, yeah." I said, "Look," "I'm coming out there in about 2 months. I need to see what I need to know." So I flew out, took me around, had a look at the place, I'm thinking, I can do this, man. Like, you're looking at, I've checked the hotel out, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've come back. I've gone to Stokely and travel. I said, listen, I'm thinking about doing a trip to Abu Dhabi, but I don't know the first thing about all this stuff.
Prices,
No, you're lying though.
No, seriously, well, but you know it was. I was just trying to.
You brung me into St. Lucia.
Yeah, I know.
So
but
you
remember,
know,
but you see,
you know the ins and outs.
You see St. Lucia, I felt comfortable there.
It's different.
Yeah, I mean, and I remember I had a crutch because Hector was there.
Okay, yeah.
So I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
But going to Abu Dhabi, it's like.
And the funny thing about it is, it's different. Dubai and Abu Dhabi is like different type of. It's almost like going from Tottenham to the West End.
Yeah.
It's basically different levels.
Yeah.
I played in the Abu Dhabi once years ago. No, in Abu Dhabi itself, and where I played, it's in the same. The hotel where you see the Formula One.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
the Formula One runs right
Right,
underneath it.
imagine
That's
that,
what I mean. I played in that venue there.
Yeah.
So Abu Dhabi is not that joke place. It's some proper thing.
And then remember, you're thinking to yourself, like, remember the restrictions and all this. So all this thing was going through my head. I said, you know what? Let me go. So I went out. I checked out. She had meetings left, right, and centre for me.
Yeah.
I came back. So I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
So I started to make movements. Started to travel, sort this out, and I started to push this thing. And it was like people were being very Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
No, man, you can't do certain things. You can't drink. I said, who told you that? So I had to sell get rid of that whole myth first, which was a bit of hard work.
Yeah.
And then we went out, 2019. I took 250 people.
Come on.
Wicked.
You know what I mean? We're in a 5-star hotel.
Wicked.
You know what I mean? Man's looking at the hotel. And because we flew in at 8 o'clock in the evening, when we got to the hotel, it was like dark outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when man's waking up in the morning and seeing views like
Beautifulness,
that, man's like, yo, goody.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, man, watch that, man. We have this thing on the lock. Because I'd been twice, set up my business, made sure I was going to deliver it the right way.
And everything's straight.
And so when we got there, they had a whale of a time. Yeah. And from that, I said to myself, Stamp is not coming back to London.
Oh, is that official?
Yeah, it's not coming back. If it comes back, it'll be a very nice place.
Yeah. Or not Wembley Arena then?
Well, it would have to be something.
We'll have to talk.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Football stadium, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But someone said to me, you've taken your brand from here, which is really high, to here.
Yes.
You can't go back down there.
Yeah.
And unless you got somewhere, and it would mostly be somewhere like a reunion, one-off in the UK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we're going back 2021. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Things are moving. It's opening up.
Yeah.
I've sold out.
Yeah.
Sold out already?
Yeah, I got no flights left.
Excellent.
I mean, so we are in that place now. So I think if I do move it will still be abroad.
I know they're just getting ready to open back up in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they're partying at it now. Because I was in Dubai at Christmas.
Okay.
No, they locked everything down.
Yeah, I know.
They locked everything down. Right, so in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now is when they're going to be opening back up.
Yeah, for us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, they're fighting. They're fighting right now.
Oh, they're out.
Yeah, they're right now. All the clubs are back open.
They're out and bad right now.
Yeah, they got on. I mean, but Abu Dhabi was more tighter out of Dubai. Dubai was letting anyone in.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
Abu Dhabi went in. If you went to Abu Dhabi Christmas time, you had to quarantine 14 days.
Okay.
Quarantine.
Whereas in Dubai, I flew into Dubai without having a test. Then I had a test in the airport. Yeah, left. So I didn't have to isolate. Left, went to my hotel.
Yeah.
And then they called me about 4 hours later. I said, "Now you're clear."
Oh.
So if I wasn't clear,
then you can sit your ass down.
Yeah. So, we're about to drive this one hopefully through, and
yeah. Well, good luck with that. So,
Wicked.
In terms of parties in the UK, you don't have to be stamp related.
No.
You interested?
Oh yeah, I've got a couple of things coming up.
Yes,
because we've got a street sound brunch coming up May 30th, Bank Holiday Sunday.
Okay, yeah. Someone sent me that actually. They sent me the itinerary of what they booked and the book there.
Yeah. So there's a few bits going on. We got a late one coming up in E1, 17th of July.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Guess Who's Back. You know what I mean? And then
makes sense.
Yeah, and then Sweet Vibes and Ali have got their all white cocoa boat party.
That's right.
Which is now sold out.
December?
No, July 25th.
July 25th. Okay.
That's all black cocoa.
Oh, that's all black cocoa.
Yeah,
okay.
and so they sold out of the boat, and then they've done another one, a boat on the same day.
Okay.
Which has got about 15 tickets left.
Yeah.
So they've got 2 boats on the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah. One at 2 o'clock and one at 8 o'clock.
Timing is
So you're busy. You're still busy then.
is good.
It's coming. I mean, I'm hoping that we stay open, like this country stays open, and we can do. But I mean, luckily for me, like that, I was doing brunches when we was in lockdown, innit? So I kind of got my foot in the door. So as soon as they opened, I didn't have to search for a club.
They're calling you.
Yeah, we was already kind of in.
So that's what I was gonna get onto. Like during the lockdown, how was you mentally, knowing that you're a full-time DJ? This is what you do.
Yeah.
For me, I've got a van.
Yeah,
for me,
yeah,
I can design flyers. So for me, I was mentally okay.
Yeah.
So I'd stayed active. Someone like yourself now, who's just a DJ, and this whole podcast you've just spoken about DJ promoter. That's all you are.
Yeah.
So how did you get through this whole pandemic?
I mean, the last dance I played that was March 13th, 2020.
Yeah.
And they went into lockdown the following week.
Yeah. So what date?
I think it was March 13th or something.
Yeah. Friday. It was a Friday. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I had the dance on the Friday. I got the last piece.
Yeah. So you know.
Friday 30th.
Yeah. So and I don't know. I think lucky for me, because it became very daunting as the months went on. You start to look at things and you say, well, hold on a minute. I'm not earning no money.
Yeah.
I'm not a 9-to-5er.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my radio station is not earning no money.
Oh, we never spoke on that. You are an owner.
Supreme Radio.
Of a radio station called Supreme Radio.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So the radio station wasn't making no money.
Right.
We had to move studio and shut it down. Then I had to make everyone go from home. You know, like
as in broadcast from home.
Yeah, and I had to set them all up in a period of time. And you start to worry because now you're thinking, well, I'm not making money from the radio. I'm not making no money from playing out. How am I going to live?
Make any money?
You know, I've got bills to pay. I've got things to do. How am I going to live? And you do start. I think the first 3-4 months in, I was worried.
Right.
But then you start to think about it, and I thought, well, hold on a minute. Like, you got money, you just don't want to spend it. You know what I mean? So I had to look at the situation and think, well, look, you was lucky enough to earn some good money in 2019 and 2020, so you can survive. But as black people or as people who earn money on a weekly basis or whatever it may be, you start to worry about that income that's not coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it didn't stress me out, but it made me think a lot more.
Strategically.
Yeah. But then you start thinking to yourself, why didn't I get a job? Why didn't I?
You start questioning yourself.
You can do these things. And so that was going through my mind.
Yeah.
6 months in, I'm like, oh, you seem to be all right. you're paying your mortgage.
So you're constantly speaking to yourself.
Yeah, because you have to. Because if you don't,
then you lose everything.
Then you lose everything because you're not actually thinking about what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, and then. I mean, I had a thought back to my parents said to me, you must always have money for a rainy day.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, well, I have. So why are you stressing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you didn't have it, then you can be stressing. You know what I mean? So I said to myself, you know what? I've got money I can live on. I reckon I can live for a year and a half without earning a penny.
So you was doing obviously you got to go shopping and things like that.
Yeah.
You bargain hunting. You watch.
Audi's the thing, man.
Audi's the thing.
Audi's the thing.
Big up Audi. Okay.
Audi's running thing.
That's your. That's your.
We're not talking about the Audi car, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Audi is running things.
So you just going Audi, or you're just.
I was still doing
looking at the deals and.
I'm still doing the shopping because you know what, food is a thing.
Yeah.
But I stopped going Tesco's because it's too expensive. I stopped going Sainsbury's.
Right, okay.
I popped into Marks and Spencer's. Yeah. I said popped in.
Yeah.
Got certain bits.
Right. You know, innit?
Particular.
Right. You have to have certain things.
Right, yeah.
But my full shop was in Audi.
Okay.
Yeah, because the meat's good, the veg is good. You know, the fruit's good.
Okay.
So I thought, okay.
Did you do online shopping?
Nah, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like. I like to feel what I'm getting. I don't know. I think I'm old school.
I've been doing this online thing, and the worst thing is now they got this these bits where you can pay in installments.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Klarna.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's clear pay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna try and wipe that off my phone. I need to wipe it off.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah, it is. It is. And people get in debt. They're trying to make it law now. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I
ain't never seen this thing before.
Have you seen it?
No.
Well, if you do searches now, it's just on the algorithm.
Yeah.
It just comes up all the time now.
Yeah.
So just as I'm scrolling down, I'm not looking for nothing. Boom.
Klarna comes up.
Shop now.
Yeah.
Pay later. Pay later. 4 payments.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just kind of trumbled through, and then luckily for me, boom, October, Street Sound Brunch.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Got through it, put some money back in where it came from.
Yeah.
And then lockdown again.
And then December, Street Sound Brunch.
Yeah.
Good money again. So I said to myself, okay, so I've recuperated some of the money that I spent. That kind of set me to say, right, Christmas I'm good, January I'm good. Let's see what happens now. So we've now cleared a year. Yeah. And I've earned 2 paychecks. You know what I mean? So you got, you know, the radio station's tripling money, but nothing great because there's no dances. And I'd say 70% of what I get in advertising was dances. Yeah.
So can't you change that narrative and try and get
you try. I mean, over the
easier said than done.
Yeah, because people have advertised where they want to advertise, I suppose. And I mean, luckily for me, over the pandemic, I got a funeral parlour. They advertised the Funeral Flowers London. Big up Funeral Flowers London.
Yeah, big up.
Kept me going. You know what I mean?
And they must be busy because unfortunately during this whole
there was
season, there's been a lot of deaths.
Yeah, so they were there, and a few other bits and pieces I got, but it wasn't nothing major. Yeah. But you know, they stuck with us. Yeah. You know what I mean, through the thick and thin, and that kept the station going, and that kept me all right. And we're now into April. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we're still, we're out, but we're not really out.
No, not out, but
You know what I mean?
what you're saying.
So tell us about the celebrity side of Goody, because Goody has flipping performed and interviewed a whole host of American celebrities and things like that, or even yard celebrities too. So tell us about the celebrity side of Goody, man.
So,
but I want interesting stories though. I don't want no.
Don't worry about that, man.
I don't need
he's got some stories.
I don't need political. I want it.
No. I was lucky because on my journey of doing these dances and everything, I started working for Sony Records, which was just off Oxford Street. And I kind of fell into that because I was, yet again, on the radio and I was championing a lot of music. Yes. And Sony was sending me a lot of stuff, along with Def Jam and Arista and all the rest of the companies. Because remember, back then, vinyl was vinyl. Yes. You know, so you'd get packages through the door, endless.
Right. I remember the time where kind of like October, November, where everything comes out and you have a whole heap of packages. It's coming like it's Christmas early. You got so many CDs, albums.
Yeah,
they give you CD album and vinyl album, and you're just like, wow.
And remember, you get the import 12.
Yep.
Yeah, you get the release 12.
Yep.
Then you get the release CD single. Then you get the album. You know what I mean? So what was happening was because I was into the thing and I was on 4 or 5 days a week. I think 4 days a week I was on then because Longers was on a Saturday on Supreme on Station FM.
Yeah, we're talking Station FM days now.
Yeah, so I was on 4 days a week, but because I was on in the daytime and I was killing it in the day, I was always going to Sony Music to pick up music. And then one day, big up Semtex, he said to me like, you want to start distributing? I said, distributing what? Like the music. So I goes, I'm not doing the street team, you know. That's the young people thing. Like, I mean, I don't mind. No, we're gonna make a job for you.
Yeah.
I said, well, doing what? He goes, well, look, you know the streets better than anybody else. Yeah. So distribute to the DJs that you know that will play the stuff that we're getting. So I was like, I can work with that. He goes, but we can't. He goes, this is the thing that he goes, we cannot give you a salary, but we can give you money towards what you're doing. So all they're trying to do is it's a tax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So they can't give, so they can give me a budget. So how much petrol you use, we had to get on.
That works for you.
It worked for me because I was getting good money.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a problem. But you know, so I had an unofficial job in Sony.
Yep.
That was official.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had my own desk.
And it's giving you a title as well.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes that's just as good as the money. Just being active and
that's what I'm saying.
You know, you're important. You got a role.
I felt important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was there for 3 years. But in that time, I met a lot of artists. You know.
See the perks.
Yeah, and you know, some were good and some were bad. You know, some were different, but you know, I think for me the worst one I met was the Brat. Rude, arrogant.
Okay.
Yeah, remember, no, I'm not disrespecting anybody, but she knows she's a lesbian, so I don't know if she liked men or not, but she was very.
I don't know if she's lesbian or bi, but yeah, I mean, which is kind of.
Was she the manly?
Yeah, well, those times was when she was wearing the baggy jeans and the you know, she was proper on it. You know
but you know the funny thing about the Brat, and I'm going by hearsay now, but I've heard when she is scaled down, as in when she's not wearing,
she looks great.
Bad. She's great. So I heard.
She's great. Okay. Yeah, she's great. I met Whitney Houston. Yeah,
one of my guys in Atlanta work with the Brat at the moment, so I think she's probably calmed down and stuff.
Yeah, she has gone on a lot. She's now linked up with her sister again, and they're cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I met Whitney Houston. I had to sign a disclaimer to say that I couldn't look at her in her face.
Oh wow!
You couldn't look in her eyes.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, because she was hiding them time there.
Yeah. Okay.
So you
had to write a disclaimer.
I had to write a disclaimer. So when
she's requested
PD,
she must have requested.
Yeah. So when she spoke to you, you had to look down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was deep.
What year was that?
Oh God. See, this one the year starts 2000 something. 2000.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wow. So I there was a lot of artists that I met that were cool. Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
Next. And what I did for the thing in the company, we used to do like showcases where the people would come do a show at a particular club, and then you'd take them there and you'd show them around and they do their show, and then you take them back to their hotel and so on. Well, that was my job within a kind of within that show. But I think the one that I was in awe of most at the time, I met Mariah Carey.
Okay, wicked.
Yeah, and she was cool, just cool and chilled. You know what I mean? But Jagged Edge, man, all they wanted to do was smoke weed.
Okay.
Yeah, all they wanted to do is smoke. And that's what, it was a really strange scenario because in Sony, there were people who took hard drugs and then people that took ganja. And I was ganja.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, when they came over from America, like the likes of Jagged Edge, all they wanted to do was smoke weed.
Yeah.
That's all they wanted to do. So you had to get.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Took them to Cotton's down in Camden. Yeah, because they went soul food. So I met a lot of Rihanna, because he was there with her. Yeah, so I met Rihanna when she was 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
And bad them times there as well.
Yeah, and the mum was a manager them time there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a lot of I've seen done in the industry.
Bad experiences with them. Who you had bad experiences with?
I had a bad experience with artist-wise or
artist-wise.
Do you remember that group that came out? The brother and the sister, something, and they sang a stupid soul R&B song. I don't know what it's called now.
Brother and sister.
I can't remember. I'm trying to think who they are now. I had a bad experience with them. They had a tantrum with me.
What do you remember the song?
No, it was a bubblegum song. As far as I was concerned, anyway.
That's your song.
Yeah, but it was. Remember, they signed to Sony, so we couldn't play the. I mean, I had me and Wycliffe were cool.
But it sounds like you had a little something with Wycliffe. Yeah, man, I try to leave it told to that.
Well, you know what it was. Me and Wycliffe had an argument in the office. Yeah, and because of that argument in the office, he played a smart move and went and done a jingle for me. Yeah, that was his way of getting that. But the jingle bait me up. Up to today, I still play. Yeah, he goes, yo, man, this is Wycliffe Sean. Yo, Goodgroove, give me one of them girls, man. Well, go on. Look how you got so many around here.
I remember that. I remember it.
This leads to my next part of this podcast. You and your controversial self with the girls.
You know what?
Can we go somewhere? We don't have to go deep with it, but can we go somewhere?
Yeah, I suppose when you're...
Because you hit the internet recently.
Oh, yeah, that was a bit messy.
And I had to call you personally and say, you're right, bro. You're right. Big bro, just stay firm, stay strong.
Yeah.
Cool, but I'm hearing your name. You're in groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, my man.
I'm everywhere.
I didn't hear nothing about
it. Yeah, as long as you don't hear about these things there. You don't hear things like that.
Long as when Longest went to the West End, we didn't see him again for
this guy,
Right, there you go.
Hold on, I don't know why you're backing it up like you don't see me.
Why wouldn't I?
Like you don't see me.
You just said you didn't hear about it.
I didn't hear about it.
Hit the WhatsApp groups.
No, I'm not in the groups. you don't bring me in the group.
It hit more than WhatsApp groups. You went social media.
You know it went thing in it. It went viral.
It didn't go World Star Hip Hop.
I didn't. Yeah, worse.
Well, we don't know.
It went viral.
All right, let's catch this.
Go.
Yeah, it was a bit messy. I had a bit of what they call it, infidelity, so to speak.
Wild child style.
And the lady in person knew that I was involved with somebody else, but decided that she wanted to take it a little bit further. I didn't want it any further, so she proceeded to go to social media.
Wow.
And blow me up on social media. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
how was you though? How was you going through it? Because everyone's phoning you.
Yeah, it was messy because it was like
you're in a relationship.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm in a 3.5-year relationship.
Right, so
my shit's out on the road.
Yeah,
you can't defend it. You can't take it back. It's already out there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Then people are posting. So it went from Facebook to WhatsApp, and people are posting it. So there was groups on top of groups on top of groups on top of groups talking.
And it's you think it's friends as well posting?
Oh yeah, of course. There's people. Everyone likes a bit of.
I have to ask.
Yeah, everyone likes a bit of gossip. You know what I mean? And I know it went because I even found out a couple people who said it, but I didn't give them. I didn't say nothing to them. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
If I didn't do it, they couldn't send it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was messy.
So you're a man who holds up your hands and says,
I had to. You can't hide that one. Yeah. It's out there for everyone to see. But you know what it was for me? At the time when it happened, I was deep in playing out. Yeah. So it's like I can't disappear and go. You know, like if you're not feeling good, you can go sit down for a little while. It happened on this day. I was playing out on the Saturday. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and I had to.
So you went to the rave on the Saturday?
Yeah, because I'm. It's stopping me making
money.
But
you're money driven. Just about to say that. So I know you very well.
But you know what you got to do in your head? You got to say to yourself, you got to make this be as it is. Yeah. So I would elaborate on it in the dance. Like, I'd say big up the crews. And I said, boy, social media hasn't been kind to me this year.
Straight.
You know what I mean? You got to put it out there.
Yeah. Because basically what is going to happen if you don't put it out there is when you do come back,
you're going to be like a Dominic Soler.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when I put it out there, I mean, I think we did a setting. We played a slow jam dance and we smashed dance to pieces. And when I came down off the stage, a man said to me, brother, you know what?
Straight,
you said your thing, innit?
Yeah,
like, nobody can't say that to you.
Yeah, straight.
You know what I mean? And then
you have to face it, innit?
You can't hide.
As men.
You know what I mean? If I was in the background, I could disappear. Yeah. But I'm in the forefront. I'm still doing the radio. It was near Christmas. Yeah. Like, where am I going?
And like I say to everyone, like, there's always going to be somebody else that's going to be in the news tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
So it's not going to last long.
But mine lasted for 4 months.
4 months? Wow. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now?
I got a call from my sister. My sister is not even on my social media pages.
Yeah.
That was in January. Like, what's going on?
January.
Oh, I hear you on the social media. My sister.
Yeah.
So I knew it had gone viral by then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But, you know, I trumped through. We went into 2020. Yeah. And then went into lockdown. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Something else to talk about.
Yeah.
The gift and the curse.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
The lockdown became a gift in
right.
that
It
way.
was a very big gift because I didn't see any people. You know what I mean? But
Any more controversial moments that you've had? And
wow,
you've gone past.
I've had a lot.
And you can educate the youngsters coming through. Like, if you're in this situation, don't crack up and go into depression.
You know what?
Face it.
It takes you know what? I've always said this. It takes a strong man and a strong mind to play those games.
Yes.
If that's not your bag, leave it alone. I'm not saying it's a good thing to do.
Yeah, straight.
But what I'm saying is, if you're not that person and you I don't know, want to dabble or mess around or whatever you feel you need to do, if you're not strong-minded, because that could send you over the edge,
big time. Especially
if you love the girl that you cheat on, and then she tells you she's gone, and it could end up being a dangerous situation. I'm in my 50s.
Yeah.
I've done it all long time ago. That's what I'm saying.
T-shirt, jumper, hoodie,
but
shorts to match.
Right,
socks.
exactly. But really and truly, for someone like myself who's older, I should know better. You understand? Yeah. But sometimes you slip. You know what I mean? So you got to just navigate your way through. Yeah. But some of the youngsters might jump off a bridge or whatever. I don't know. It's not that time.
It's not that deep.
You know what I mean?
Time's a healer. I always said that. I always said that.
And
I'm writing a book at the moment of all my experiences, and I still counsel people. Like, guys come to me and talk, and I say from my experiences what I've gone through.
Yeah.
Time is a healer.
Yeah, it is.
And you just got to learn from it, and be a better person.
That's all you can do. I've done numerous things in my life. Yeah. And really and truly, when I got to this stage of it, I've had that person share. I should just be focused. Yeah. But you have those lapses where you do silly things, and that's the end of it. You know what I mean? So now, on going forward, we're coming out of lockdown again, and I'm back where I was. I was back anyway, but for me.
So to these women who say, "Don't get a DJ," is that all?
Well, they all say it, but let's be real. Yeah. If the man can't define DJing and home life, then he's not there yet. Yeah. Because he's gonna do something silly. Yeah. Yeah. But if you're gonna be a man that's just, I've been DJing for 30 plus years, and in those 30 plus years, I've had a few infidelities. I've had a few things. I've done a few things.
100%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But DJs are just like human beings, just like a normal man. The only difference being is that we're in the spotlight for an hour. Yeah. At a time. Yeah. And that's all we are. We play our set. Some people are quite regimented. They play their set, they have a one drink and they go home. You know what I mean? Some people stay and whatever. But if you're gonna, a DJ is just the same as any other man. Because what they fail to understand is the man who's in the dance listening to the DJ could be just as bad as the DJ. If not worse. You understand? So we're in the spotlight, so we're gonna get,
because them man are the man that's buying all the champagne, right? And be like,
yeah. So, but the DJ life is. My son wanted to do it. Both my son.
Big up Gervais.
Sharma's now putting her own stuff out.
Yeah, shouts out Sharma.
Yeah, they're doing their thing, and so they fell into the music industry just like that. But the difference being is they're not DJs, they're artists. Yeah, you know what I mean, but
same thing, different ball game.
Right,
I mean,
just as hard as well to break, to get through. And I suppose when I first came through, they were gate masters. They were, they were always someone who didn't want you to come through the ranks. You know what I mean? So you got to use your brain and navigate through the ranks. Yeah. But would I if I could go back? Yeah. Would I do this again?
Would you?
Yeah. Yes, you would.
Yeah. You would. Yeah. You've had a good life.
I've had a good innings. I've had a good life. DJ's taken me all around the world.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
Would I change? Nah, I wouldn't change. I may do a few things differently.
Yeah.
But I would always do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think maybe, I don't know, I'm 53 this year. In November. So how long am I going to do it for? Yeah. And many persons have asked me that question.
No, but
I don't know.
You'll do it as long as you feel you're active and you're...
That side of thing is all about the love of the game, innit?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And when you fall out of love of the game, then that's it. Do you know what I mean? Because I remember the rappers, they used to be like, yo, I can't be rapping when I'm blah, 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 blah. Listen, if you still love rapping, then what are you going to stop for?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If the R&B and reggae artists can do it into their 60s and 70s, then...
Yeah, why don't you?
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, You know, I just think to myself that it's
Jay-Z's 100, right?
Yeah, something like that.
105?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. You know what? On that positive note, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah? Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Cheers, mate.
Thank you for coming,
mate.
Goody. That was deep. That was deep. Some memories, some new things I've learned, gems. And that's what this podcast is all about. And it was a different one because, like I said at the beginning, the guests that we've had so far is we know them, so we go with them.
Yeah.
Like you even before, so we're like, even about the gyro and that. So you know what? Big up.
So you know what? This was a statement of longevity.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes.
So yeah, happy with another episode.
Yep.
Thank you, Goody.
No problem.
Respect, longers.
WG Goodgroove.
We're out of here. Respect
right,
again.
respect,
Amen.
respect.
Cheers. That was WJ Goodgroove special touch. The stamp. Abu Dhabi. What's the date?
28th of October to the 2nd of November.
And where can we follow you? What social media? Where can we follow you?
At WJ Goodgroove on Insta, Goody Goodgroove on Facebook, and what else am I on?
You're not on Twitch yet?
No, I'm on Mixcloud.
Mixcloud? No, you're gonna need to go on the Twitch thing.
Yeah, I've seen the thing.
You know you can get paid.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, on that note, Goody and money.
All right.
Respect. Thank you for watching.
So many
Like,
people,
subscribe, share. Boom, boom, boom. Say nothing.
All right.
Let's go.